Are we doing prison architect? Oh, yeah, I had considered it actually. But yes, all of our craftspeople are actually just doing their jobs, and it's the only thing they do. We've now got such a population of general helpers who can haul, build, and mine. I don't need anyone else to do this, so I'm fine with it. Strange trading. A hooded figure appears silently and seemingly out of nowhere. Greetings. I have taken a risk for the chance at your garden's bounty. Perhaps a trade? It seems he means that he wants some of our vegetables. Sure thing. Let's get some baskets. There you go. The visitor nods in thanks and bounds away, basket in arm. Not long after, a grove of berry bushes is discovered not far from town, a small amber ribbon tied to each. The visitor seems to trust you more. Huh. Where is this bountiful grove of berries? Also, Vanya Loswin is now munchy. They've eaten sweet foods 10... Wow. Can we just appreciate that this game actually tracks the fact that Vanya Loswin has got a sweet tooth and is given a new title? Still healthy enough, probably. I could totally give you that instead of the Undead Hunter, but I think that we're gonna go with Undead Hunter. I feel that Undead Hunter is a little bit more, I don't know, it just has a little bit more pizzazz, panache. It's a little less shameful. I'm gonna be honest. They shiver away all the calories. It's okay. I really love that in this game you get better music based on the progress. I've mentioned this so many times, but I still, to this day, I find that particular quality so wonderfully endearing. You must earn the best music. It is not simply given to you. What kind of nonsense is that? Yes, Moose Moose is the priest from the Holy Grail, reading out how to throw it. The number of counting shall be 3. No more, no less. 5 is right out. The funniest thing about that quote there, Road Train, is it's misquoted. Aavak After Hours is my Let's Play channel. It's the Aavak After Dark that should have been in that quote. You know what? It's not my job to make sure that you guys get the correct quotes and that they make sense. That quote stands as testament to the fact that some of you are just dummies and you don't pay attention. A trader brings seeds from a distant land. Pine cones? You do realize this is the Arctic biome? I think we're good. This is fantastic. I love the fact that the mason can repair these. It is so, so good. But we are gradually getting better, and that's amazing. Right, okay. So, I do believe the last thing that we did in the last episode was we set up the area for our weaver here. I don't think they can get rid of the beds, which is honestly just distressing me. I just want them gone. Wonder... Oh, wait. I believe... Let me pause that there for a second. There should be... a... No, not cancel placement. Delete. Destroy. Can I not get that? Okay, right. Alright. What are the odds that I'm about to destroy the house? Oh. Yes, destroy. Damn it! This thing is legitimately impervious to damage. Okay, let's try. But it seems that it has a confirmation. Yes, destroy. Okay. Well, hopefully someone's going to come along and destroy that. Odds are not 0. I know, right? That's the problem. The odds are not a 0. We do have a Hearth of Glory, which means that we can summon an enemy wave. I'm not sure what level we have gotten the Hearth of Glory to. Is there a way for me to find that out? I don't think so. But the last thing that we did was we built a proper workshop for, because previously we had all of the weaving stuff over there. We built a proper workshop for our weaver and a little house for one of the trappers. Now, we've got a couple of more workshops yet to go. The engineer's workshop, for example, or the blacksmith's workshop, or the carpenter's workshop. Those are the only 3, though. Blacksmith, carpenter, and engineer. Those are the only remaining workshops to be made. We've got a lot of bedrooms that are needed, though. Like an awful lot of bedrooms, actually. Harvesting fish. This trap is currently set to have its prey harvested. Click here to change. No, I'm good with harvesting the fish, please and thank you. Aavak is having a bedtime with all of this. But where do you... Wait, what? How... I swear that there must be some sort of thing that summons all the people who seem to have such perverse pleasure at invoking puns. Did we build Stormcrow Gully on the burial grounds of some indigenous people or something? I don't understand. Either way, though, we had built it up such that we can build a barracks over here. Oh my god, I invoked more of them. Yes, and this is your punishment. But Aavak, it's all in good pun. Why? That hurts. It's an ancient clown burial ground. Oh my god, that explains everything. Imagine how messed up you... How bad your luck has to be for you to move into a house that was built on a burial ground for its. Literally, this is where Pennywises get buried. And you built your house on top of that? My lord. Okay, well, we're getting 400 extra due to the Hearth of Glory. A grave situation. Oh my lord, they're still going. This is terrible. Terrible. Edagos NDM, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Okay, but this is where we were going to build the barrack. Now, currently, our military is 6 strong. However, what I would love to be able to do is have it be 8 strong. I'm just not sure how I would separate that. Whether I would want 2 knights and 2 swordsmen, or footmen rather, or 2 knights and 3 archers. I think probably 3 archers. The archers are just absolute beast mode DPS. especially with the flaming arrows and the spike arrows. But that being said, you can equip footmen with crazy weapons now because of Ace Mod. So, Sissy Riddle, thank you very much for the 14 months. Button, indeed, and you pressed it. You get a treat. I'm not sure what the treat is. Maybe the treat is just that sweet, sweet dopamine hit you get when you hear "Looking Dapper." What's this? Aavak 2 days in a row? Outstanding. Hey, Flabbergaster, how you doing, mate? You know what we should do, though? I want to review my building options over here. We are making sure that we have some winter worker bear coats. All right. I don't have any bear pelts, so that's not happening. Simple worker bear coats, winter worker parka. Doesn't look like we're working on any of those. Oh no, we're working on something. Missing ingredients: 1 gold flake, 2 the pelts. We can't make field worker comfy cowls. We don't have any crafter adorned shawls. We don't have any thread to make wall-mounted tapestries or any thread to make bolts of cloth, but we're building up to it, at the very least. They are queued, though, so we do need to make them. The nice thing about this is that we'll make them as and when we get the opportunity to. Like, right now, we should make this if we don't already have some available. We've got undeployed 12. Okay, then we're absolutely not going to be making them. Well, actually, are you counting undeployed as things are on people? Because then we should be deploying them. Let's have a quick look. What are you currently wearing? Let's have a gander. Well done, Explosive Danish. Equipment, upgraded worker outfit. Okay. Trapper level 5. Well done. Better trap arming skills increase the trapper's chance of capturing prey by 25%. Well done. I approve. But right now, I think by and large, we do have a decent setup. I love the fact that a load of the crafters... yeah, actually, they are the crafters. A load of the crafters are walking around with the summer crafter bonnets. And they've got, their professional beekeeping hat tucked away, just in case they get ambushed by bees. Speaking of bees, so much honey. So very much mead in our near future. Good times. How's the brewery going? We're presently set up to make... See, it doesn't tell me what I've set it up to make. That's a shame. That's a shame. That makes it awkward for me because I don't remember. I know it's my own bloody fault, but still. We've got this set to... Yeah, it doesn't tell me. Produce vinegar, fruity mead. Shall I assume that I'm doing one of each? I can only assume that is the case. Either way, let's have a look at the brewer's setup. We're, of course, keeping a stock of pine needle tea. Bucket of prickly pear juice whenever possible. Unfermented wine vinegar. Yeah, we've got a couple of odds and sods. What are you currently working on? Getting a drink. Very well. What do we have in here? Let's have a look. Contents. Got some sweet potato juice. Actually, not as awful as that might sound. It's kind of bland tasting. It's ultra inoffensive. If you actually juice a sweet potato, blend it basically. The resultant juice is actually it really has a nothing taste. I'm going to be honest. It's more the texture that invokes in your mind a taste. It has an earthy taste, but it really tastes of nothing. But the really nice quality of it is really filling, like ultra filling actually. If you just like juice a sweet potato or two, and you have that, you're probably good for a day. Cherry juice, berry juice. Over here we have nothing stored in there. Fair enough. This is it's a treading vat, a brewing. What? Oh. 14 total available uses. 1 from residual fuel and 13 from fuel items in storage. Okay, well, that's fair enough. It's the brewing kettle. Very nice. Now let's go down and have a look at what's on these shelves. We've got many things on these shelves. A leg of roast pork. A leg of goblin thie. Oh, they're over there. That's fine. Completely, like, oh my lord. Oceans -4. You're on the wrong side of a river you can't cross. Enjoy the crushing feeling of your failure. As for our storage over here, wow, okay. We have deeply filled these with many, many delicious things. Oh yeah, sweet potato. When you eat it with stuff, when you like bake a sweet potato, it tastes delicious. If you just juice it though, it tastes almost of nothing. But if you cook it, you know, something about the heat breaking it down. Because I was explaining to someone recently, actually. Look, okay, before I get into this random ramble that I'm gonna do, yes, I know we've basically done nothing, and I'm just letting the hearthlings do their own thing for a little while. But I'm kind of observing the way that everything is occurring on its own. This is important to me right now, because I want to make sure that that everything is happening okay. I'm just letting the cogs turn for a little bit and seeing if there's any kind of grinding of the gears. But yeah, I was going to say, I was having a conversation with a friend recently, and I can't even remember how we got onto the topic of it, but I posited that cooking is basically pre-digestion for humans. We're not like it. We don't kind of project our digestive juices onto something like an insect does and then suck up the soup that's left over. But that's basically what our cooking is. And they were like, what? It's like, okay, well, heat. You're heating something. You're breaking it down by the process of heat. That's one of the ways that we break things down internally. The next one, when you're chopping and dicing and rolling, pinning stuff, what are you doing? You're applying mechanical pressure or shear forces. What are your teeth doing when you're chewing on something? Applying mechanical pressure or shear forces. Everything we do internally to eat and then digest our food is basically what we're doing when we're cooking stuff. We're just pre-digesting it. This led to a very interesting conversation that I won't go into the details of. It ended up being like hours worth of just rambling. But yes, these are the sort of things that an Aavak talks about with his friends. Only an Aavak can make cooking sound gross. It's not gross though. Why does it sound gross to you? It is actually what we're doing. Right, Ronya materializes. Scouts are seriously quiet. She offers a tiny smile as she cocks her head. Surprised? Her expression seems to say. 2 fingers of one hand mime a person tiptoeing through the grass. Her blue cloak seems to take on the colour of the sky around her. Good to see you again, Ronya. She gestures to the newest additions of the town and nods in approval. Her cloak is flung back, and it's clear the scars stretch around her neck in the shape of a wolf's jaw. Today, they look a bit inflamed. She settles by the fire and produces the birch bark and charcoal pencil again. With a nod, she invites those around her to recount their recent adventures. We've grown a lot since... ... As Ronya records the tales and casts them into the flames, she grows thoughtful. In the end, she nods to herself and produces from her pouch 3 smooth stones. They each bear a familiar scratched marking. One is the constellation of Firn the stag, often associated with bounty in summer. One is the constellation of Siv, the wolf, who ensures each hunt contributes to the cycle of the world. The last is the tiny 3 stars of Nut, the rabbit, who spins the wheel of fortune. Valin's allegorical beasts. As she does so, she places the stones by the fire and bows her head in prayer. It is time, she whispers. When I next return, I will bring the spirits and we will create the monument to ask for their blessing. We will be ready. Strange trading once again. A small hooded figure approaches meekly. I have heard of your vegetables, she says. Allow me to take some, and by my honour, it will be a worthwhile trade. Sure thing. Let's get some baskets. Dunk. The visitor nods, dropping a few small pouches of gold dust into your hand as payment before bounding away, baskets in arm. The visitor seems to trust you more. 3 gold flakes. Indeed. Some might find your theory hard to digest, Aavak. Damn it, Vid, how did you even turn that conversation into a pun? I mean, at this point, I'm actually kind of humbled by your skill. But, dear Lord. What about food that's more difficult to digest after being prepared, though? I mean, I don't know. I guess there's lots of examples of that, but I mean, you could go for the funny thing of like, well, yes, that's failure. That's how we pronounce you suck at surviving. But no, in reality, we eat all sorts of things that we can't properly process or have no nutritional benefit to us. So, if something tastes good, that has a benefit all of its own. It's got a different kind of quality. There's lots of things that we do that offer no actual survival value, but as the saying goes, give value to survival. We're a long way off that. We need like 2,000. My lord. But yeah, in general, I think a lot of things we do, you could try and view it through the lens of strictly, is this something I need to do to survive? And you'd probably come back with the answer of no, actually, and in some cases it might even be detrimental, or at the very least, it's oh, there's the berry bushes. Oh, there's a bit of a big fight going on over there. That is a big army. Oh, is it Argo still over there? Yeah, Argo's still over there. I think the mountain's already dead, though. But there's lots of things that we do that, realistically, I mean, it's kind of the opposite of a smart idea if you're viewing it purely through the lens of survival. Either because it directly impacts your longevity in a negative way, or it tangentially does. Like maybe it would, through some sort of secondary or tertiary action, make it less likely that you would survive, or make it more likely that something bad will happen. But I don't think you can really go through life looking at everything in such a clear-cut way. Personally, I don't, at the very least. I mean, to each their own if you want to. Yeah, hi Kaiser. A lot of stuff can come from behaviors or adaptations that helped us survive before, even if those stresses are no longer relevant. There's a lot of stuff that, in fact, I think in some ways a lot of the stresses of the world right now are a product of humans are in this strange place which we've not been in before, where we evolved to be flexible and capable of adapting to changing situations, but the world was a certain way. For one good example is right now we're dealing with a global population, a global kind of socializing, a global empathy, if you like. When I think we're still kind of hardwired for a tribe of no more than 100 people. Like 100 people in your tribe is ludicrous. It's like, wow, this tribe is ultra successful. I don't even know the names of everyone in my tribe. There's some people I've only seen like 3 times. I think our brain is still kind of a little bit hardwired towards that kind of processing of the world around us. And so when people start reacting to things that someone on the other side of the planet is doing in a tribe of millions, it's hard to even conceptualize that. Like, our brains aren't really emotionally developed to handle that. How can you care about someone you've never met? I mean, you can, but I don't think we're really built for it. Or rather, we haven't had long to adapt to that being how we're meant to interact. That the world has become smaller in certain ways, and that our tribes have grown. I mean, it hasn't even just grown big. I mean, the idea of going from tribes of tens to hundreds to tribes of billions, that's an expansion that doesn't even make sense. You can't possibly comprehend the numbers involved, much less actually start to associate emotional weight to those numbers. But that's one example. I think humans as a creature were well developed for a world that we no longer have, and we are now adjusting to the world that we have. It's and this kind of ties into something I find myself saying every now and then, is that hope for the world you want, but act appropriately for the world you have. Oh, I'm paraphrasing it. You know, it'll change depending on the kind of conversation I'm having. But you know, that's the kind of gist. You know, understand that the world isn't what we want it to be right now, and certainly act in a way that tries to bring that world into that focus. But understand that the world we have, and thus the actions we take in that world, and the consequences we will be exposed to due to those actions, is based on the world we have right now. It's a bit of an interesting place. I feel like humanity is in this transitional period. Yeah, global population growth is tending towards slowing down, yeah. Oh, that's absolutely true. Trouble is what? Wait, no, what? No, that can't be true. Why? Why are you starving? Trouble, why are you being a dumb? Fine. Why is it that everyone else can take care of their needs, but my military don't understand that if they don't go and feed themselves, I mean, it's all very admirable that you're willing to march until you're practically falling down starving, but you've also got to appreciate that if you're not in a fit state to fight, then when the fight occurs, everyone else is going to die either way. Go and feed yourself, you dummy. The world may be changing faster than we can adjust, but I have, well, perhaps faith is the wrong word, but I hope that humanity can exhibit some of that famous adaptability that we're well known for, and adapt to a world whose changes are accelerating, by accelerating how quickly we adapt to them. They weren't ordered to eat. My dad had a little bit of that, to be fair, after coming out of the forces. He was in the Navy, and there was you could kind of see how being in the armed forces does change the way that someone thinks in little ways. I'm not going to use a word like indoctrination or anything like that. It's certainly not that overt, but little things in strange ways. Well, actually, probably a better example is in Shawshank Redemption. That whole thing of he couldn't go to the toilet unless he'd been given permission. That was very much more kind of indoctrination, but since we're talking about the military, it is a little bit there. And all sorts of things. They were starving for orders, oh my lord. Town items full. You've reached the maximum number of items. Each halfling increases the total number of items your town can have. Halflings will not harvest resources in their town owns too many items. Storage containers count as items and do not increase your item limit. Sell off the extra items or destroy them using the clear item tool. Okay, time to sell things then. A big company of masons and miners is in town. Oh, well, that's fantastic, actually. I will buy all of these, and I will also buy all one of those. Kind of not great, but fine. Buy all of those. I will then sell so many things. All right. First and foremost, let's go down to the bottom and then slide on up. And I'm going to sell the undead rags, the enchanted dust. I'm going to sell the herbalist planter that I'm not using. I've got a bunch of gear there that I don't want to get rid of. I've got, frankly, far too many daisies. No. We don't need that many daisies. That's just silly. We don't need that many daylily flowers either. Or nightshade flowers. Honestly, it's the herbalist that's causing this problem. You're too damned effective. Get rid of some of the red algae there. Green algae. We'll keep the better quality algae, but... Oh my lord. So many flowers to get rid of. We've got a lot of ore at this point, though. Oof. Okay, I need to stop buying the ore then. Seem to be okay. We've got another nice marble dining table. Nice. I could get rid of some of the food. Honestly, we've got more food than we know what to do with, so let's be rid of some of the food. Some of the prepared food that is not of a particularly high quality. Sure, we'll get rid of these. Oh, they've got no more money. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. Oh, a bunch of charcoal burners. Well, as it happens, what a fantastic coinkydink. I've got some things for you. What good timing you had. Suspicious, in fact. Be rid of all these. And... oh, I can definitely hear some fighting. That is definitely something I need to deal with. Royal jelly, very nice. I'm going to keep all of the potions and... well, actually, the leeches can go, I guess. There we go. All right. Yeah, we're done. Dunk. Where was that fighting happening? Oh, over there. Goblins are getting into a fight with some of the wolves. Are there any other games like Stonehearth on console? Specifically Xbox One. Renosian, I am so sorry to say, but I have no idea. Specifically with Xbox, I have zero clue. It's the only console I don't have. I've never had any version of Xbox. No star Anctus. Yeah, I'll buy a whole lot of those one unit. Poop. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, hi Kaiser, at this point, I kind of agree with you. I don't think humanity as a species, I think we are so well established it would take some sort of cosmic force to get rid of us. All of these things, humans will poison the planet, humans will kill themselves off. I don't think we can. The kind of level of cataclysm that would be required to wipe us out at this point, I feel would be... And understand that I'm not talking about us continuing as we are right now. Oh, we could absolutely ruin what we've got right now and reduce us to some sort of something much more akin to cavemen, or indeed some other kind of variant, Fallout 4 or whatever. But I don't think humanity could easily be destroyed right now outside of some extraplanetary cosmic force, like a gigantic meteorite hitting the Earth. And even then, I'm reasonably certain that with that kind of stressor, humanity would do something to keep the species alive. But it wouldn't be necessarily recognizable. I certainly think that there's quite a lot of things that could go so badly wrong that humanity as a whole is no longer recognizable as the humanity we have right now. Like if you took someone alive right now and then fast forward to whatever thing happened, they might be like, I don't have anything in common with or any understanding of the creature here that you're saying is human. But and then that's much the same as the planet. Lots of people say, "Oh, we're killing the planet." It's like, no, we're not. I mean, we could do a lot better. Don't misconstrue my meaning here. But what I am trying to portray is like, we could do our worst, and the planet would accidentally forget we ever existed and carry on happily, and something else would evolve. We are not that important. Like, our very worst would change the planet in some way, but the planet would happily carry on and recover. Even if we managed to absolutely, like the impossible theoretical, we wiped ourselves out. It was that bad. The planet would recover. And in a few million years, wouldn't even notice that we had been there. Maybe someone would dig up something and be like, what on earth? What? How? What? Some very strange fossils indeed. And someone else would be like, see, that proves my theory that we are actually evolved from... And they'd be like, no, this is clearly planted here by someone to try and bring the faith, the one true faith, into doubt. Nonsense, etc., etc., etc. Humanity isn't that important. The planet will happily survive anything that could wipe us out. Wiping out the planet? Now that would require something significantly more impressive. No, totally possible. I mean, planets get yeeted out of existence all the time in the galaxy, I'm sure. If we detonated every single nuclear weapon that we have, if we got hit by something, a meteorite of the size sufficient to literally turn our atmosphere into just a rolling sea of fire for a few years, all of humanity would be gone, but the planet would recover at the end of it. Of that, I'm fairly certain. A hooded figure approaches, hesitating for a moment before finally removing their hood. Two long ears spill out, the rabbit person shaking their head a little as they straighten out. Honourable greetings. I am Sasha Lightfoot of the 23rd Warren of Amberstone. I apologise for the deception, but it was deemed necessary. I knew it! Your clan has proven gracious, and your garden savoury. Many of my kin mistrust the progeny of monkey, but I feel we must extend a paw of friendship. I see talking rabbit person! No, hello and welcome. Yote, Aavak. The past participle of yeet is yote. I question. I mean, it's not. No, I don't question. I do wonder if maybe I need to validate this claim. However, if we're talking about what I want to be true, I really hope that that is true. I hope that yote is indeed past pretense eat. Aavak, humans have found screws and bolts encased in rock that is millions of years old. Your suggestion of us being forgotten. Well, could there have been ancient race before humans? I don't know. That's a bigger question than I care to try and answer. I mean, you know, I could only... could it be? Maybe. Do I think it is? Not without spending significantly more time than I'm willing to actually researching the topic. I leave you with a parting gift of these stone-cut lanterns. May they light your path in the darkest times ahead. The visitor presents you with several odd, ornate stone lanterns, and they depart, disappearing into the foliage with practiced speed. Darker times? Wait! Well, there we go. We have got some stone-cut lanterns. Tangentially, imagine if they went more Watership Down with the Secret Rabbit civilization. Oh no. Oh no. Please not. I don't want to have to deal with General Woundwort. Let's not have that happen, okay? And as charming as Fiverr is, I also don't want to have to deal with his premonitions. Okay? There's just something incredibly, like, nope.jpg about a rabbit that shows up. It's like, ah! And starts describing a warren just choked to death by JCBs. No, it's okay. I'm having fun without any of that nonsense. We're good, thank you. There is not a dog loose in this wood. Actually, there may be. Are there any wolves around? They're Varnus. Do the Varnus count? There's a Varnus loose in the wood. 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 Okay, I think it's high time, though. I'm so sorry. Peeps in the VODs. At this point, please accept my sincere and humble apology for the fact that you've just had to watch me just faffing around and rambling for, like, how long? An hour. We're now going to get to some building. I promised you some building, and some building I shall deliver. Alright, okay, so, first and foremost... Hunk. Hunk. Now, we can either have the door... See, I'd like the door to be inset, certainly. And I think a 3x4 door is nice, but this is a 4. So we could have a big double door for the barracks. You know, there's something nice about that idea. There we go. There's our double door. However, I also sort of want it to be a little bit more ornate. Go. We can have some lanterns on these walls. We can have some nice windows in there as well. And windows over there. So, what are we going to be doing next then? Let's go and have a look. Whoop. And then through here, start filling this out. Now, the first thing I would like is some sort of chamber. Yeah, let's make this a bit bigger and actually have it be a chamber of some sort that we can put some down some nice furnishings. Over here, then, we will have a bedroom, one of many, maybe even another down here. But I want some sort of, not an entry hall, but like a mead hall for our military. I don't know how big we're going to make this, but I want this particular room to be expandable. I'm going to sink these in there, like so, for now. I think this is good.